Last week, I took a vacation I couldn't afford. I made the reservation last July and had already paid it off, but since I had just gotten laid off last month, I probably should have reconsidered. But canceling it would have felt like admitting defeat or being in a lack mindset, decidedly not girl boss, and I convinced myself proceeding as normal would be sending a message to the universe that I'm open and that this setback does not define me. But it didn't feel like I thought it would. I wanted to do something nice for my little sister who is getting married. When me and my older sister got married, our parents helped us in various ways, but my dad died, and I knew my mom wouldn't be able to do as much for her wedding, and I wanted to pick up some slack. The hotel we stayed at was expensive by Disney World standards. It's one of the nicest resorts that is iconic for having the monorail run inside it. I also chose to splurge for a park view room, making sure that we wouldn't just be looking out over the gardens or parking lot. I knew when I was doing this it was extravagant, but I wanted to be the kind of person who does this kind of thing. Is this ego or manifesting? I don't know. When I lost my job, my first thought was this vacation and if I should cancel. But when I talked to my husband, he agreed that I should go. My actual experience in the park and in that hotel room was taxing. I had to maintain this willful ignorance or some sort of cognitive dissonance to go around buying snacks and going out to dinner like everything was normal. And one of the worst parts was the realization that deep down, part of me was not surprised at all it had turned out this way. Like I had flown too close to the sun, thinking I could be the kind of person who could stay in nice hotels, and now the jig was up, like I was fulfilling my actual destiny. It had always felt like a little bit of a fluke, that despite going to college and having to work twice as hard as some of my peers, I somehow made it into middle-classdom. And in a way, I've always been waiting for this other shoe to drop. And so when I lost my job, part of me felt like, see? The other gremlin in my head said, who did you think you were? But all the gremlins got louder. I still haven't figured anything out. I've always been very entrepreneurial, and I can come up with really great ideas kind of easily. I'm not trying to be arrogant, I just learned this through my career, that it's a talent I have to see opportunity and the big picture. The trouble is that I have so many ideas, and the list makes my head spin. And I've lost faith in myself to act on them. I mean, for all my great ideas, look where I am. It was my idea to move to Florida. It felt risky and exciting and a grand leap, and truthfully, nobody is happy here. My kids are struggling in school, my husband is lonely, and now I feel like it was my ideas that got us here, so how can I pick something else? I went to MegaCon in Orlando a week ago with my sister and a friend. Tom Hiddleston, the actor who plays Loki in the Marvel movies, was speaking at a panel, and we forked over an extra $30 to have a guaranteed seat. Again, before I got laid off. I don't know why I'm not usually one that gets crazy about celebrities. I had just named my cat Loki, so let's blame it on that. But listening to him speak, I had that unmistakable feeling like I was exactly where I was supposed to be. It's like sometimes I feel that the universe is giving me breadcrumbs and I don't get to see the full picture of where I'm going, but little clues along the way let me know that I'm on the right path.
I should say this, is that I think we use fiction. You and I were chatting back there. Fictional characters in fictional stories, comic books, ancient narrative, superhero stories, to explain ourselves to ourselves. It's all a metaphor. It's all a way of exploring who we really are in our real lives. And we have done it forever as human beings, just like they used to do in the ancient epics. And the thing that moves me the most is that it's been my honor and my privilege to play Loki and to represent whatever he represents on that canvas, and to hear and witness how much he means to so many of you for so many different reasons. And it creates an extraordinary, I feel, atmosphere of connection and togetherness, is that actually we're telling these stories to understand who we are.
Tom Hiddleston was talking about his character, Loki, who's famous for saying that he's burdened by glorious purpose. The joke is that he doesn't have a glorious purpose. He only thinks he does. In the end, his life amounts to nothing until his life is taken away and he's forced to reconsider and re-examine everything and change.
I kind of believe that that's what we're all searching for. We want a purpose in our lives. And it led to some great discussions Kevin Wright and I used to have. We had a whiteboard and we wrote the great Socrates quote, "The unexamined life is not worth living."
Tom Hiddleston talked so eloquently about glorious purpose being a true north. I hope I find my glorious purpose soon. I'm so afraid to fail. I'm so afraid of my life not amounting to anything. What is my glorious purpose? What if I can't find it?